battery's dead. Now, what makes this different to a lot of the other M41A unboxings on YouTube? Well, check out the colour scheme on this bad boy, and the colour of my gloves kind of gives you a clue that this isn't your usual green or olive colour. Let's do this. So you can see you get an instruction manual. The actual model for Snow Wolf is the SW11. And as you can see on the front of the manual, that's the sort of colour you would be used to seeing in the Airsoft version or in a lot of reviews online. It's a pretty comprehensive manual. I've literally never seen one that goes into so much detail. I mean, look, it even shows you how to strip the thing and to do certain things with it. That is absolutely awesome. Now, I think I've made the point with the gloves. Sort of grey and black colour scheme. Look at that bad boy. So you get the point. Let's change the gloves. Nice, right, let's get in this. Absolutely loving this colour scheme. And this is just my personal opinion. I think it looks way better looking like that. And like I said, look, you've got that black colour here and this grey colour scheme here. So what do you get in the box and what don't you get in the box? There's a reason why I said what don't you get in the box, because as you can see, there's a cutout here for a battery. On this particular model, in this package, no battery is included. But you do get a little pack of Snow Wolf BBs and a very familiar looking mag. And nothing else. Well, actually there should be something else. It's probably hidden behind this bad boy. So let's get this out. And boy, was not expecting that. This thing is heavy, considering a lot of the externals is made out of some sort of polymer. And yeah, there are metal elements, we'll go through that in a moment, but boy, this packs some weight. There it is, your unjamming rod, and you can also use it to clean your barrel. Now would you feast your eyes on this? This is the Snow Wolf M41A Pulse Rifle. Looks almost identical to the one as used in the Aliens movie. Let's go through the features. There are some gimmicky features and there are some practical features. Nonetheless, how awesome does this look? Okay, let's start from the front now. Quick disclaimer. Right here, you all know what that's for, okay? So on this M41A, it has a grenade launcher, and this is where you would pump, yeah, and then fire it. It's just for show on this Airsoft model. Regardless, it's still an amazing replica of what you see in the movie. So although this does move back, and I'll give you another quick disclaimer right now, normally you would see what looks like a shotgun shell in there, but it's supposed to represent a grenade launcher. I've taken my one out because I'm going to be doing something with this. A little project that I will be doing, which requires me to remove this. So where you're used to seeing this in here, in my version of this pulse rifle, that's actually going to be doing something functional. Okay, let's move on. Let me take the opportunity to show you what's metal and what's not, okay? So that isn't metal right there, the pump action side of this. This right here is not metal. However, that's metal. Listen. The barrel, the outer barrel right here is metal. Even that piece right here holding the outer barrel is metal. Of course, the actual grenade side of things, that's metal. And it didn't need to be, so that's what I like about this. And you've got other little elements right here which are also metal, but everything else, it's got a nice, strong, sturdy polymer or some form of plastic. And moving along, as I've already shown you, you've got your mock ejection port right there. But again, let me show you some of the plastic and some of the metal elements of this. This piece right here is metal. All of this, your handle, basically your upper receiver, all of that is going to be plastic, but a strong, durable one, trust me. Now I say durable, will I use this for gameplay? Hell no! This will go as part of my collection of airsoft replicas that look just like the ones in movies or games. But it is a skirmishable pulse rifle. And can I just take this opportunity to show you yet again another little thing that sets this model apart from many of the others out there. You see this little plate, this section right here? On many of them it says made in China. Thank goodness, not on this one. Although some will have a serial number right here or on the other side. So as we move to the section of this pulse rifle that excites me the most, you've got your counter right there that counts down the rounds. However, yeah, so that counts down the rounds. It shows you 95, and some people say, why 95? Why not more? Because the mag takes a lot more. Well, I'll tell you why. It's trying to be a faithful replica of the movie version. And if you know about the movie version, you will know that this will display 95 downwards. And I'll get it up and running in a little while and show you how it works. It's awesome. Now, if we move downwards, this is where you would have your mag well and your battery compartment for your display right here. And yes, it takes one of these 9 volts. So sticking around the center part of this pulse rifle, you have your hop-up adjustment right there, which is always exposed. Now as we move to the rear of this pulse rifle, you may begin to realize that something around here and here looks very familiar. And even more so when I show you the other side. But for now, there's your mock charging handle. And although it's mock, it does move. Nice. And again, let me take this opportunity to show you which parts are metal and which are not. This entire section right here, metal. Your mock handle or mock charging handle, metal. This is also metal. And your trigger is metal. This section right here, metal. And your retractable stock, metal. Now, once I get around to putting the batteries in and getting it all ready to test, I'll show you all the functioning movable parts, so don't you worry about that. But for now, let's whip it around to the other side, because this is where you get the more functionable side of the airsoft rifle. Now, if we look closely down here, you will see your safety lever, your fire selector switch, and your mag release. Now, if you can't see what this reminds me of, straight away, look, 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 look. Ah, the good old Thompson. Who'd have thought, hey, something so futuristic in its time was basically based on something so historical. Awesome! Okay, let's get this ready. So, my particular purchase didn't come with a battery pack. It takes a stick type battery. This particular one is an 8.4 volt. I also have a new 9.6 volt, but it's a bit longer. Not sure if that will fit, but I will try that later. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with this 8.4 volt stick battery with your Tamiya connection. So, To get into this, you need to pull this section away from the rifle. So you pull it like that, and then I believe it can swivel either side, so I'll turn it this way so you can see properly. And down there is where you would put the battery pack. And of course, in here is your Tamiya plug. Right now, although there are no BBs and no mag in this yet, for the sake of safety, I'll put it on safe. Now, I've just connected this, but I've just had a thought. It'd probably be easier if you put the battery in first and then connect it. Now, seeing how this 8.4 volt battery has gone down there with no issues, I've got a feeling my 9.6 will also work. But let me stick to this 8.4. Nice. Right, now down to this mag well, you've got this base cover right here that you simply pinch at the bottom to remove. Now that reveals your actual mag well and your battery connection for the LED display, and also just here is your little switch to turn off said LED display or turn it on. Just like the actual Thompson, there's an actual groove right there that you need to slide the mag in. Okay, let's do this. Now before I go any further, let's just make sure this display works, so I'll flick this switch. Now would you look at that? Lovely. Now right now it's displaying 00. Once you get the mag in, it will display 95. Now as I explained, that's just like the one in the movie. Now these are not the easiest of mags to get in, as I explained before, but anyway, watch the display once I click it in. 95. Let's go full auto. Get in! Okay, so let's put the base back on. Let's do a few more test shots. I love this thing. Okay, as you can see, I've got a different type of target right there. Today's shooting test, the aim is to take out the enemy. So initially, I'll be looking to land every single shot in the enemy's head. It's rather massive head from there to there. And of course, I'm looking to send a couple of BBs towards the chest area. And if I'm feeling really slick, I'm gonna try and shoot the alien's finger right there. One single shot, I'm gonna try and take out that finger. Or two. Let's do this. And then we'll go for a chrono test. Oh, by the way, this is the 9.6 stick battery pack I've got. I'm gonna put this in for the shooting test and for the chrono. Oops! Fail! As you may have noticed, this pulse rifle doesn't really have a sight, but it does have that big groove, as you can see on the top of the handle. Let's just try that again, and this time I'll try not to shoot out one of these green dots. Alright, a little high, so let me go down a bit. Okay, now we're cooking, let's do this. Okay, this really is going to be a shooting test like no other. Here's one of the cons. I was going to save it till later, but because it's a high cap, you're going to have to keep removing the base and winding that mag up before you can continue. But if you can overlook all of that, or if you're in gameplay and you can find a safe place to squat or hide, you can be doing this. And then when you're ready, get back in the game. Okay, let me go for that that finger, I don't fancy my chances. Again, I've got no proper sighting system on this, so the first couple of shots are probably going to be nowhere near it, but here goes. Oh, too high. Oh, hit a finger. And again, just above. Oh, and again. Do you know what? Right now, you see this massive forehead right here? That forehead goes on for days. So I'm gonna aim at this massive forehead. Ooh. Single shot, dead. Anyway, sorry, yeah, full auto. Whoa! 340, 351, 347, 348, 345, 350, 351, final shot, 351 again. Okay, let's put it on full auto and see what rate of fire we get. Oh wow, 13 rounds per second. Okay, so let me also show you, although this portion right here that contains your 9-volt battery, and of course it's the magwell housing, although this is all polymer or some form of plastic, it is reinforced on either side by a metal plate. One here, one here. And of course you have your awesome retractable stock. On the top you'll see there's a button, you simply press that to pull your stock out. So that's position 2. Push it again and pull out further for position 3. So 3, 2, 1. So, what do I love and what do I not like about this Snowwolf M41A pulse rifle? The one from the Aliens movie. Well, let me tell you this. In terms of the cons, I've got a couple. I don't like the fact that you have to take the cap off, get to the mag and wind it on a bit more, put the cap back on and continue shooting. It's a bit cumbersome and probably not the best thing when you're out there in gameplay. But again, for me, this is a collector's piece. Another thing I am not too hot on with this is that grenade launcher section. Why couldn't they have just incorporated an Airsoft grenade launcher right down there? That would have been awesome. Now, I could say the fact that that counter only goes up to 95 and then counts down when the mag takes way more, I could say that's another con, but I can't really, because that's exactly how it is in the movie. It only goes up to 95 in terms of the rounds. Maybe they should have made a mag that only takes 95 rounds, but hey, that's about it really. Let me move on to the pros. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome if you are a Sci-Fi fan and an Airsoft fan. Combine those two together, you have got to be beside yourself with excitement if you ever get to own one of these. Because one, it looks just like a collectible. In fact, it looks better than the official collectible version of this. You've got many videos and websites that show you the official collectible movie memorabilia version of this. And if you compare it to this Airsoft version, hands down, this Airsoft version looks better. And the fact that it actually functions as an Airsoft gun is 100 times better. You get the best of both worlds. Now here's the deal breaker. If you go and buy the non-firing official movie memorabilia version of this, expect to pay anything between, I don't know, £600-700 or dollars, right up to 1,000 and more. Okay, and it doesn't even do anything. It probably has the little LED, but again, that doesn't really do anything. But with this Airsoft version, hey, you can pick one of these bad boys up for about what? Between $260 and $300 in the States, and worldwide, in the UK and Europe, anything between £250 to £300. It's a no-brainer. Check the video description below for a list of Airsoft retailers that sells this, and thank you so much for your comments and your likes. I'm Airsoft Mike. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.